Dr. Scott Gray here. Thank you for joining us today for this webinar. I really think you're going to enjoy it. But first I want to talk to you about a rabbit and a fox. And first of all, how cute is that rabbit? It's a pretty cute rabbit. Anyway, you're probably thinking, why a rabbit and a fox? Well, a fox and a rabbit were sitting at the bar. Talk turned to their common enemy, the hunter's hounds. Now, the fox stated he had no concerns because he was so clever, he had so many options for escape in mind. He told the rabbit if the hounds come, he could bolt into the attic and hide, or race to the nearest stream and run through it to confuse the hounds. Or he might run around the bar in circles and climb up a tree and watch the hounds bump into each other in confusion. He was certain he could outfox the hounds. The rabbit humbly admitted he only had one idea of what he might do, and that's run like a scared rabbit. And as he said those words, they heard the baying of the hounds right outside the door, and true to his word, the rabbit hopped out the back door and ran to the woods. The fox hesitated as he considered which of his many options might be best, the attic, the stream, the tree, and as he debated which to do, the hounds burst through the door and ate him. Now, what does this have to do with eliminating back pain, neck pain, leg pain? Everything, as I'll explain in a minute. But let me tell you a little bit of my story. I'm the guy that came out of chiropractic school thinking that I was going to be able to fix all back pain and neck pain with chiropractic. I said to myself, back and neck pain are nothing. I am going to be able to fix everyone. This is going to be easy. Now, after 1 year of delivering over 1,000 patient treatments, I realized we were going to need something more. Something more for people that have severe back and neck pain, usually caused by disc degeneration, disc bulges, causing issues like sciatica, leg pain, arm pain, that kind of thing. I went looking for something that would help my patients with disc bulges, disc herniations that cause the severe back pain and neck pain. I found something. It wasn't a chiropractic technique, and this was in 2005. Spinal decompression was just coming onto the scene in a big way. Most people out there were getting these machines and had no idea what they were doing with them. So I found the best teacher I could find. This guy that was known as kind of the godfather of spinal decompression, Dr. J. Kennedy. I went to several of his seminars, learning the ins and outs of using spinal decompression to get real results with it. And so we immediately had an influx of patients that did our new back pain elimination program and were amazed by what it did for them. Robert Barrett says, I became a patient of Dr. Scott's in 2005. I was bent over, I could hardly stand up, I had bulging discs, and was in severe pain. I tried everything like epidurals, pain pills, and acupuncture, and nothing helped. I saw an ad in the paper for spinal decompression and responded. The DTS therapy helps me tremendously. The atmosphere in the office is so positive. The people here are welcoming, cheerful, and confident. The first thing I heard was, yes, we can help you, and we will help you. I didn't know what to think after all the no's and the I don't knows that I heard. The happiest experience I had here was knowing that they could help me without surgery and medication. I can finally stand up straight with absolutely no pain in my back. Their motivating me and keeping me going was a benefit, and they encouraged me not to give up. I wanted to many times, but knew if I did I wouldn't get any better. It didn't happen overnight like I wished, but I'm so thankful for this practice. Now, you're on this webinar, so I know that you're concerned about your health or the health of a loved one. I know that you're worried about what back and neck pain are doing to you, how they are changing your life, not knowing if you'll be able to work and support your family, not being able to help out around the house, the embarrassment of going out in public because of the way the pain makes you appear. In the next 30 minutes, you'll discover three things. First, you'll find out exactly why back pain doesn't fix itself like most people think it will. Secondly, I'll separate fact from fiction, and you'll learn why conventional treatments have failed in treating back pain and why you're still suffering and what you can do about it. And last, you'll discover what the most successful doctors are doing right now to fix these problems that will give you your life back. So let's start with the first point. Back and neck pain don't fix themselves. So my first tip to you is whatever you do, stop telling yourself, I'll just take this pill until my pain goes away, or I'll just wait a few days and I'll get over this hump and it'll be better. The ugly truth is that is the belief that has landed you in this pain and suffering in the first place. It's a lie, it's not true, It's not possible for it to be true. And here's why. When you first start dealing with back pain and neck pain or headaches, you used to be able to, sit for a couple minutes, take an aspirin and ibuprofen, and voila, pain is gone. And so are your worries. Well, at least for a little while, you had some relief. Then, a few years later, you go with another bout with the pain. This time, the ibuprofen and just resting your back, they don't work. Takes a little bit more. This time you go to the doctor and they tell you, just take these muscle relaxers, this anti-inflammatory medication. Now you're taking prescription medication because the other stuff doesn't cut it anymore. It's not strong enough. Next you have your good days, your bad days, then it flares up again. Your doctor says, here, do physical therapy. So you go and do some exercises and that helps for a little while. Then you end up going back and forth with the pain. You have to take more and more medication with less and less pain relief. Can you relate to this? Well, I'm not going to bore you with any more stories or plot lines there, but just know that most people go through that same cycle, just like you. Virtually everyone that does decompression has been through some type of story like this. Most people at this point, they get directed to a pain specialist and they're told, do a series of 3 injections for their neck or back. And people often go through this, the injections with little to no lasting relief and end up having a conversation they don't want in the surgeon's office, or they just keep getting injections for the rest of their life. Now, you'll never get rid of your back or neck pain if you just continue to cover it up. It's a fool's game. And here's the kicker. If you're like most folks, you've got expert after expert, doctor after doctor telling you, just do this exercise, just take this pill, just get this shot, and you'll be fine. It'll go away with time. And eventually, all it does is stress you out, makes you feel hopeless because you think, I'll never feel normal again. I'll never be able to play like I did, never be able to walk like I did, never work like you did before, never have fun like you used to. And you think to yourself, I'm just like the fox. I've got so many options out there, but nothing is working. I'm just going to be eaten alive, and there's no hope for me. Well, there is no end to it until you actually fix the problem. In the next couple minutes, I'm going to liberate you from this trap and move you towards the path of freedom from back pain. Your spine is hurting because something is wrong, right? Do you know what is actually causing that pain in your back? You've heard of pinched nerves before, I'm sure. Well, when your back hurts, there are nerves in that area that are getting pinched or irritated, sending a message to the brain saying, stop. Don't move anymore. You are making this worse. Your back is screaming for help. But what we've been trained and brainwashed to do by marketers and advertisers is to put chemicals in our body that silence that scream. The scream is silenced, but the damage continues. Your nerves continue to get irritated, rubbed, and injured. Your back will continue to degenerate and get worse and worse. No matter if you cover up the pain with the medication, cover it up with injections, or just try to exercise, the nerves in your back are getting worse. Unfortunately, the things that we have been told to do for our back pain actually make it worse. They let us continue to do the exact same things that cause the back to scream, but we've silenced that scream and we're killing our back in the process. Your back will only be able to take so much of that torture before it's damaged for good, before the degeneration is so bad that you end up in surgery. And in conclusion, the longer you cover up your pain, the longer you wait, the harder and more expensive it will be to fix your problem. So the good news is we can help even when you have covered up the pain for years, even when you think surgery is your only option. Let me show you how. So you now know why your pain doesn't just go away and fix itself. You also know why conventional treatments don't fix your problem. They cover them up and make them worse. Now, I want to show you what the most successful doctors are doing for disc degeneration and disc herniations causing severe back and neck pain. The solution for severe disc degeneration and disc herniations is spinal decompression. Spinal decompression is not some magic voodoo treatment. It fixes your back because of the universal law of cause and effect. So the cause of your problem is disc degeneration, nerve irritation, pinching of the nerves, stretching of the nerves. And the effect is what you are feeling, the back pain, the neck pain, leg or arm pain, numbness and tingling. If you never remove the pressure from the nerve, the pain will never go away. It's a law of cause and effect. So what this means, if you don't remove that cause of the problem, you'll never get lasting pain relief. If you do spinal decompression and remove the cause of the pain, you'll virtually always eliminate that effect or the pain. These problems take time to heal. The fix comes from treating them correctly and slowly. If someone is promising you a quick fix for severe back pain and degeneration, run the other way. It is not possible. This damage in your spine took 20, 30, even 40 years to happen. They will only be covering up your pain and causing you more damage in the long run, which will cost you more time, more money, and embarrassment. We will get you better slowly. This is the most realistic and sensible advice you'll ever hear on how to fix your pain. Spinal decompression gives you a way to have fun again, so you can enjoy what you do, ride your bike again, perform your job again, play golf again without being all hunched over with that dreaded elderly humpback. Tim Sutton was one of our patients, and he said he could only stand for 1 to 2 hours, couldn't put his socks on in the morning, couldn't perform simple chores around the house. He said, there was a day that I thought surgery was my only option. Thank God I tried spinal decompression. Now I can keep my job because I'm able to stand for 12 hours. I can put my socks on by myself. I can finally help my wife around the house. I no longer feel like a broken down man when I get home from work. My quality of life is much better, and I've been given a new lease on life. Robert Martin said, I'm pain-free. In the last 5.5 years, I've had surgery on my back, spinal injections. I've been taking several medications for my pain. I was in so much pain I did not want to go on living with the pain. After doing spinal decompression therapy, I'm no longer taking pain pills. I can spend time with my family and am much more pleasant to be around. I feel like a new man and can actually get out of bed every morning without being in pain. Heather Triplett said, I'm able to enjoy life with my family with a quality I never thought possible. I'm 34 years old. I felt like life was over for me. I suffered from pain, stiffness, tingling, and numbness from the base of my skull to the middle of my back. Since I tried spinal decompression therapy, I no longer have headaches, pain, stiffness, or insufferable moods. I'm completely off all medications and am free to enjoy my life with my family. Joanna Fields said, without back pain, I have an overall better quality of life. The DTS spinal decompression treatments were able to relieve my back and leg pain, which was most painful in the beginning. Carolyn Hickel said, I find the thoroughness of spinal decompression program to be very beneficial. I've had improvement in my posture, strength, chewing, and swallowing. I'm able to perform household tasks much easier, and walking has become much less painful. I used to choke while eating. I no longer do that. Now, I could go on with story after story, but we don't have time for that. After delivering over 100,000 treatments in our office, we know how to get rid of back and neck pain. It's all we do. So, just like these people before you, people just like you, isn't it worth finding out if spinal decompression will work for you? It's time to get rid of the excuses. What are the common excuses? I'll never get better. My pain will just go away. My doctor hasn't said anything about spinal decompression. Not enough money. I don't like to try new things. New solutions never come when your mind is clenched shut. Open your mind, understand why you have pain, and do what you need to get rid of it. In spite of what anyone else says, it's your health. Don't let anyone tell you what you can or can't do with your body. Take the opportunity to make the biggest change in your life today. You may have tried what your doctor and others have told you in the past, and it's got you where you are today. There's the old adage, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. James Allen said in his book, As a Man Thinketh, men are anxious to improve their circumstances, but are unwilling to improve themselves. They therefore remain bound. And that describes many people, including many you probably know. They wish for better health, to not have pain, but they're unwilling to learn new methods and options for creating those desired changes. The treatments that we offer have literally changed people's lives and quickly eliminated pain and suffering that they undeservedly suffered from. If you're already thoroughly and completely happy with the way your current level of health makes you feel every day, you get up feeling great every morning, if you are perfectly content with your level of health right now, then you should feel free to ignore everything you heard today, as well as the offer to see what's causing your health issue. But if you're not completely happy and would like to improve some aspect of your health, your quality of life, then I urge you to not come all this way up to the point of decision only to turn your back on this one-time opportunity. And remember, things don't change unless you change things. Our treatments have the potential to change your health forever. You'll get a much better price in a minute, but here's what our exam consists of, these three parts. First is the $97 consultation. In the consultation, you'll sit down with one of our doctors and all of your questions will be answered. We'll dive deep into what you've been through and where you are now with your back and neck pain. We'll discover what's been holding you back from getting relief up until now. Second is the $197 examination. We do a 17-point examination where we find out exactly what is causing your pain. We will take you through orthopedic and neurologic testing to find out exactly why you are having your pain. The $97 x-rays is the last thing that we do, and we take x-rays of the area you're having pain in if those are necessary. We will look at the structure of your bones to find out your level of degeneration and find out if spinal decompression will work for you. We will show you how you can enjoy your life again, how you can feel secure that you'll be able to work, go to the store, enjoy time with your family because you don't have pain anymore. We want to show you how to restore that relationship that's been broken by your pain and inability to be as physical as you want to be. How to regain the vitality you once had before this pain trapped you in this cage of hurt. The total value of your visit will be $391, but that's not the price for you. Your price is just $30. And you're probably asking yourself, why just $30? Well, it's basically the same reason I've given my book away free for 3 years. A lot of people are hurting. Our government's not helping, medications aren't working, surgeries aren't working, families are being affected. People can't work. Employers can't get their people back to work. Medicine cannot solve this. Covering up pain with medication injections, that's the old way of doing things. We now know how dangerous they are to our liver, to our stomach, to our entire body, while our back continues to get worse and worse. Only the right techniques applied properly over time can rescue us from this epidemic. Spinal decompression works. Only the vast upside of spinal decompression can save us from the dark side of pain pills and addiction, from the mistake of doing things the wrong way. My dream is everyone eliminating their back and neck pain naturally, not needing to spend hundreds of dollars every month on pain pills, making the pharmaceutical companies trillions of dollars. Yes, that's trillions with a T. People not having to go under the knife for surgeries or dangerous procedures, creating a permanent shift in how we eliminate our neck and back pain and getting off the hamster wheel that pain pills has created. Stopping the endless damage of your spine by medications and that cover-up, all the cover-up techniques used, and we want to get to the real problem. Eliminate the cause so that the effect or the pain that you suffer from goes away for good. There's so much more room for natural pain relief opportunities. You feel so much better, you miss so much less. Not feeling good and pain-free, not just that, but opportunities with your kids, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, even your cat or dog. Click that obnoxious yellow button. It's $30. Let's get started. I hope you'll take action on the impulse to improve your health, your joy in your life today. Now, I'm going to answer some questions that people have posed to us in the past. You may have some of these same questions. How do I prevent needing spinal decompression? Well, there's no absolute way to prevent this, but you can do things like exercise, swimming, which takes some of the pressure off your back, non-weight bearing exercise in the pool. Those inversion tables some people like where you hang upside down, that doesn't do spinal decompression, but it can just take the weight of gravity off of you for a little bit. So that can help you feel a little bit better. Okay? So doing things like that. Keeping your spine in alignment as well, which we do through chiropractic. Does my insurance cover decompression? With our programs, insurance typically will cover pieces of it, and we set up payment plans for all of our patients. So anyone who's ever wanted to do decompression in our office, we've been able to figure out a financial plan that works for them so they can get the care they need. So you'll definitely be able to do it. Don't worry about the finances. We will help you work through that. And we don't check your credit and do all that kind of stuff either. It's just in-house stuff that we do to make it affordable for you. Is it required more than once to fix the problem? Most definitely is. Most people, like I said, this problem has been there for 20, 30, 40 years. So you want to make sure that you do enough to correct that issue. The fact that we can get people better in 2 to 3 months is pretty amazing with the fact that the pain has been there for so long. Does pain control exist without addictive medications? Yes, it does. You can definitely get pain relief. I have tons of patients, hundreds of patients that have come into our office that have been addicted to pain pills, that have been on pain pill regimens for years, and they've been able to do our treatments and get off of those pain pills and even minimize those. So it does exist, and like I said, that's my dream, is to get people to where they don't have to take those pain medications anymore. What's the best way to decompress at home? Like I said, you can do those inversion tables or swim, do that kind of thing that takes pressure off your back and gravity. There's nothing that actually does spinal decompression. It's very specific what our machine does. But those are some ways that you can do that. And if you lay on your back with your feet up on a chair with your knees bent at 90 degrees, that'll help as well to take some pressure off your back. Laying on your side with a pillow between your knees, all those things help to take some of that pressure off of there. How long does it last? And are repeated treatments required on a regular basis? I have patients that did this 10 years ago that are still doing fantastic. They just keep their spine maintained, they do their exercises, and they keep their spine aligned with adjustments. Do you need to do more sessions? I have some people that like to come in every 6 months and just do like 3 to 6 sessions. So some people like to do a little bit more just because they do more with their back and they're more active. So it's really up to you and what you want to do. Will this procedure take my back pain away? Well, that's the goal, and we do that with almost 9 out of 10 of our patients. So we have about a between 80 and 90% success rate. So that is the goal, and the reason we have such a good success rate is because when you come in for the examination, we don't accept anybody that we don't think that this would help. So our reputation is based on who we accept, so we won't even start this unless we are very confident that this is going to help you. And what's the average time of relief from decompression? Months, years? Like I said, I've had patients that have gone years without having any kind of discomfort. I've had some patients that do it and then maybe a year later they have a slip and fall and they mess up their back again. So if you have slips and falls and accidents, there's no guarantee there. Obviously I can't determine if you're going to get in a car accident or things like that happen, but for people that don't have those severe accidents and things like that, typically is very, very long lasting relief. This is not a quick fix. Like I said, we get you better slowly so that you have a much longer relief period. So how do you determine how many sessions a patient needs? As I said before, I studied under Dr. Jay Kennedy, who really tested every spinal decompression bed out there, and is how we picked ours. But he had a protocol that we still use to this day about how to decide who qualifies for decompression, how many sessions they're going to need, what it's going to take to get them better. So we definitely have a specific protocol that we use through the examination and consultation. That's how we determine how many sessions you actually need on the bed. So thank you so much for coming today. I just want to urge you again to act on that impulse to change your health today. Go ahead and push that crazy yellow button there. It's just $30 to get started, and let's find out if spinal decompression will work for you. Have a great day.